Hello there, Scorpio. My name's Frankie, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. And this reading is going to be for Scorpio for April of 2017. We're getting into the year pretty far there. And what I've done for us here is I've pulled 4 cards. I'm going to use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month, and we'll pull Angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together. Now, because I'm an empath, I have a speech pattern. I will speak as if I'm you during the reading. So now everybody out there is Scorpios, and I am not an astrologer, so I looked this up for you, and it's going to be for the month of April. It's going to be in our 6th house, and that's our everyday activities, physical well-being, your job, your employment affairs, your mate's problems, and I believe I was reading something about aunts and uncles, like dependents and things like that also goes along with it. And if you want to know more of the astrology stuff, I go over to Veroush. You spell her name as Veroosh. She says the astrology in like a simplified manner, and I can kind of understand it. So if I'm looking for astrological stuff, I go look at that. She puts cards with it too, and it's really a good reading. Now, Spirit's given us a few words before we start, and one of the words is purification and release, openness, courage, and communication. And I have to say, this looks like it's going to be a really interesting month for us, because it's kind of, how do I want to put this? We can handle it, but it's a little strange. But then we're Scorpios, we're used to strange, right? And that word purification, with one of those cards that's showing up here, I always think when I see that purification word that it means tears. So maybe, or crying tears, or releasing, actually, and that's the next word. We're releasing something. Maybe it happened to us last month. Maybe it's coming into being right now. But this is, I think, for our benefit, because it feels like this, like I'm coming out of a crisis situation and moving into a better forward motion, but things still are up and down. Our first card, though, is the Knight of Rods, and that's an excellent card. This Knight here brings messages of good news, fun stuff. If it's not, what does it have to be a man? Because these are general readings, and we're all different Scorpios, so this is going to come down in a different area of our lives for each and every one of us. I try to explain that every time, because there's so many of us out there. It can't just be one of us. We don't all go through the same thing at the same time. And I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week. I think they're going to blend in and out throughout the month for us, because that's the way I think it works for me. But he's bringing us a good message, like of someone getting married, or maybe a job opportunity, or an engagement, or a vacation, or maybe buying a new home. He's bringing us something good. So wherever this comes down, this is a good message. Now, if this is a person that's delivering us the message, sometimes they can be a younger person, male or female, because these are general readings, but this is absolutely excellent news, because he would be honorable, trustworthy, and we could trust the information that we were being given. And that's kind of exciting. So, if he's coming to us and offering us a marriage proposal, we'd say, oh yeah, I'm taking that. It can also be a fire sign person, because it is a Wands card. So that would be Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So, you might want to consider that. It doesn't have to be, but this is a good news delivery, which we are always happy to get. Now, I'm thinking, because of those words that Spirit gave us, that release courage, communication, purification. Our next card, and this has been coming up a lot this month, and I really shuffle these cards up, Scorpio, and it's the card, this is the Four of Swords card, and this is a card of when we have to take a time out. It's like stop, end of story. It's a lot of times we'll be coming out of maybe an emotional crisis or a physical crisis. Maybe we've been sick for a while or something like that. But when we get this card, and looking at the other three cards I have here, I'm going to say, take this time out, Scorpio. Take the time out, because when we get this card, it's a time of like taking a R&R. We're closing the doors on the whole outside world. We're going within. We're going to think of what happened before this caused us to take that rest, right? Was there a crisis situation that we need to sort out? Do we need other people's help, or do we need to shut the doors? You know, close the doors, shutter the windows, do all that. Sit down with ourselves, take a little time and rest, and start to think about what the next steps are that are coming forward in our lives. You know, if this is in our employment stuff, are we going to find a new job? Do we need to be more associated with our co-workers maybe? If it's in a love relationship, are we deciding? Do we need to take that one step back and say, yeah, I really want to move forward with this relationship or with this career path, however it is. But we can't do that if we're busy, busy, busy all the time. And there's something that has happened, I feel, that has caused us to need this time to recoup and perhaps do some communication with our own selves, you know, and to have the courage to do that and to see what it is do we want going forward. Because there's a lot of good things in here. And what Spirit's telling me is they're going to happen very quickly because of our next card. So we want to be really super conscious of what is going on around us, even when we take this little rest period. You know, because this is all good news, they're saying, because we have the Knight of Wands here. So it's good news coming at us, you know. Maybe if it has to do with work, becoming a little bit more efficient. But here's the deal. That rest thing is, don't have too many projects or things that we're working on at the same time, even if we have the capacity to do that because we're Scorpios. Because it seems as if with the other cards here, this is going to be a big transformation. And transformation, even if it's good, requires courage. It requires releasing past things. It requires these things of us, you know, and it requires us to be open. And sometimes change, and it feels like that change is here, is going to be very rapid. So let's not be wasting our time, energy, or our capacities this month. Let's kind of like gather them in so that we can make the adjustments we need. And because the next card is the Chariot card, and this shows me things happening rapidly. So the changes that are coming at us are fast, but the card itself shows us that we have capacity to make these changes. He's holding these reins, and this means things will change fast, and we can keep up with that movement, that forward momentum. So as things changed, we're paying attention to what's going on around us, right? We've taken this time to go internally and to do that rest and relaxation, because the good news is coming, but it's happening fast, and we're going to have to be able to accommodate it. And with this Chariot card, it shows me I can accommodate it. I can do it. I can pull the rein this way. If something else happens, I can make those minor adjustments really rapidly and at every single step of the way. So whatever this is coming down for us in, whatever area of our life, maybe if it's love, I can't think of examples. If it's love, we were going to get married in uh, December, and now my partner to be or whatever is saying to me, hey, guess what, Scorpio, we're getting married tomorrow because I'm being sent overseas, and if you want to go with me, we got to move right now. So I can do this. I'd be able to pack it up, get moving, take the new job, be looking for jobs. It's just that rapid transition. And what Spirit's telling me is we have the courage, right? The courage to do it, because our next card is the Death card. And that's wonderful. Remember that word purification here. We've cried our tears. We've done whatever it was that we required. Here's the white rose here in front of us. Here's the white rose, meaning the purity, the purification. This is not death, This is not death as in, okay, I'm dying tomorrow. This is transforming a portion of our lives that we have known for a long time needed that transformation. So if I can think of it like that, and it was my career, maybe, it's time for me to move on, and I'm going to be able to transform that, and I'm going to be able to let go of all the past circumstances, maybe take the lesson from the job I had, perhaps, and say, wow, it was a good job for the time I had it. I acquired these skills. Now moving forward, because this dude's bringing me, money or bringing to me new pay increases at a better job where I'll be much more happy. But when we get this card, we are letting go of all those things in our past that held us back, and we are changing them. And with the Chariot card, we have the capacity to do that. We have the capacity to do it really fast, if we're paying attention to what's going on around us, if we're, handling our responsibilities right, instead of carelessly. We're paying attention, yet we're taking that internal time. I know that seems like, well, if I'm going to move really fast and do this, it seems like it's butting heads, but it really isn't. There's something that we're releasing that we've already cried, all the tears we're going to cry about on it, and we're moving forward. So this is a card to me right now in this reading of leaving that which is no longer serving us behind us, and forward motion into the new life or lifestyle that we've chosen. And I'm saying lifestyle purposely because our final card here is the Ten of Pentacles, and to me that's money. Pentacles are money, but the card actually means that I'm keeping a focus on family, that I'm in a comfortable situation financially to be able to do that. So perhaps this night's bringing us messages about that. That it shows, like you can see they're on the other side of these two flags, and the man has his arm around the woman, which shows me comfortable security. And see, through the archway, they are lit up with this beautiful light, which means that they can take the time. They are in a secure position to be able to take the time to focus on their family or their lifestyle. A lot of times you get this, you're going to buy a house or buy a second home, a vacation home, maybe repair your house. Maybe there's things that we need to be done to make us more comfortable and our families more comfortable. If we have family around us, or children or whatever, within our home situation. Those are the things we're going to do because the finances are right. So whatever this message, what area comes down in our lives, we want to make sure, because when we get this 10, 9s are like, I'm finished, it's the end of this cycle. A 10 is a fresh new cycle. I always think of 10 sometimes because it's a number 1, the beginning of a new way, but I always think when I see that 10 of, oh, I left some dust on the floor, let me just clean it up and not sweep it under the rug so I can be ready for this. And I think this is going to be a really exciting month if we can adjust rapidly, and that's the way with that Chariot card, it looks as if we actually can adjust rapidly. So, don't, like they said, don't waste your energy. Don't handle things irresponsibly. Those would be and pay attention to what's going on out around us, to the world around us. Pay attention. When we take this 4 of Swords card and do that little R&R, still know we can go internal and still not become involved in drama, but notice that there is drama happening, and how far do we choose to become involved in it, or do we choose to really move? What they're saying is, do we choose to release, and do we choose to communicate what we're going to do? Do we choose to make those adjustments really rapidly and transform whatever's no longer appropriate and step into this new way of living, or this new way of being? Okay? And courage and communication usually becomes really relevant then, those two of the words we were given, because when people change, others usually don't like it. So it can come at us in different ways or manners. So be sure when we take the rest and relaxation and we go internally to find out what happened, before we got our little crisis or whatever, that we are truly, truly noticing or paying attention to, and having that courage to be able to change and communicate. What they say sometimes, like, when I say something, be ready to back it up. So be sure that you're ready to back up the words with action. So if you say, I'm not doing this anymore, you really mean it. I'm not doing it. Because others don't believe that, especially if we just keep giving and giving. This month, it seems like we're going to make a lot of changes along those lines. Maybe they'll just be at work, where it's like, I'm taking your job, I'm doing your responsibilities, and I'm pretty tired of it, so take your own job back, or something that along those lines. Or I really do want to marry you, but I don't like this, so let's work that out. That communication is going to become important. It is money. Let me finish the thought, Scorpio. The communication is going to become really important, and the courage to back it up, because our angel card is the shower of abundance. And that kind of goes right with our 10 of Pentacles there, and our good news in the Chariot and transforming something. It says to heal your financial situation. Maybe this is all 6 health issues. First, give us your worries concerning money. We will guide you in order to show you how to create and accept abundance. As we work together, your financial situation will heal as fast as you allow. And that's our Chariot card. We have the capacity to do it as fast as you allow. Let's see what the alternative meanings are for this card here. It says, this card is a sign that your prayers about finances have been heard and answered. The more you can listen to and follow your gut feeling right now, the quicker you'll experience the improvements in your financial situation. That's, I like that Ten of Pentacles, Scorpio. It says, the coins that you are finding lately are loving signs from your angels and departed loved ones. An unexpected financial windfall is coming to you. Give any financial fears to your angels. Follow any guidance you receive, as it could be an answered prayer about your finances. Abundance can take many forms, including having more time, more opportunities, or clear ideas. So keep all that in mind, because these are sixth house. Keep all it in mind and be aware. They told me to tell you that too. Stay aware of what's going on around you. For whatever reason, I think we're going to have to adjust rapidly. Well, Scorpio, that's your reading for April, and I want to tell everybody thank you for all of your likes and shares and subscribes and your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate them. Even if I don't get a chance to write you back all the time, I do read every one. And to all of you that I've met through doing these YouTube videos, and the people I've met through doing readings for 28 years now, I want to tell you all it was an honor and a privilege to meet you and to serve you. I really enjoyed it. And I also, if you want to know more about me, all the information's on the website down below. If you want to set an appointment with me, all the information is down below at the website. And hopefully, Scorpio, I will see you here next month. Bye-bye.